All right, welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield in the morning. Now then, we've got a Hollywood legend for you now. Ray Winstone is the guy that everybody knows, of course. He was in Sexy Beast, and he is a sexy beast. He's also nil by mouth, of course. Born in Hackney, he's the East End lad that everybody seems to like to watch on the TV, and he joins us now. How are you, Ray?
I'm all right. I thought legends were only people that were dead.
Well, there is that, but I thought I'd stick it in anyway. Listen, is it fun being you? Because this is the way I see it. The ladies think you're sexy. The guys think you're cool, and Hollywood likes you. I don't have one of any of those. Nothing.
Well, it can't be bad, can it? Hey, for a 53-year-old fat boy.
Did you ever think it was going to happen? Because when I look at your history, I mean, there was a point when you could just be a fat old bloke like me, opposed to a Hollywood movie star.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's, one thing happens like nil by mouth, and you work with someone like Gary Oldman, and then things take off, and you need that stroke of luck. If Gary hadn't have wrote nil by mouth and he didn't want me to do it, then I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today,
Listen, I'm going to give you a compliment, but you might take it as a bit of an insult. Now, I mean it well. Is your greatest skill the fact that it doesn't look like you're acting?
I'd like to think so. That's what I try to do. It annoys people sometimes, I think, within your profession, that they think that you're not acting, and hopefully I don't want to show that I'm acting. I want to play the part and make it look as real as I can. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's what I try to achieve anyway, and that's what I kind of think it is.
What is it about you? Is it the voice ladies like? As you can hear from mine, it's like a chain coming off a motorbike, yet you've got the butch, gravelly voice that the ladies seem to love.
Oh, I don't know. It's an age thing, I suppose. I always had a squeaky voice, I thought. I don't know.
Have you been auto-tuned?
I don't think so.
What's it like when you get over in the States? Because I think for any actor, they'll secretively tell you that they're very happy working at the RSC and working in London in the West End, but actually when the phone rings and they get offered LA, they're never more excited.
I think it's probably true. I mean, I love going to work there. I obviously don't want to live there. It's like living above the shop. But I mean, anyone to me, I go there. I got mates there, and it's beautiful. The weather. Your kids got a great life when you're there and you're working. It's fine, and I love every moment of it. And be a liar to say I didn't, but I wouldn't want to live there for the reasons of you've got family here, and this is my way of life being here. And there's nothing better than getting off the plane or looking out the window as you're about to land and seeing the green fields of England.
Seems to me, and this is what I've taken from many interviews of seeing you over the years, is that you don't take it that seriously. It's a job, it's show business, it's nonsense, and it's not suicidal when you don't get the gig.
No, it's not suicidal when you get the gig, but I do take it seriously. It's, you'd have to take it seriously because it's a job of work, and it's a job that I love doing. And if you turned up and you didn't professionally take it seriously, then you wouldn't be employed, because you have a responsibility to the people you're working for, and you have a responsibility to the people you're working with. So, yes, I take it seriously, but I enjoy doing it.
Tell me about the pampering, because here they throw a coffee at me about 10:30, and that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
How well are you treated when you're flown over there?
You're treated very well. You're flown first class, and when you get there, you're put in a beautiful hotel, and you're looked after. And that's just the way it is. It's not always like that. I mean, there's years ago when you wasn't looked after like that. It's almost like going to a Cannes Film Festival. If you're not in the festival, then it's hard work. If you're in the festival, you've got everything. It's the nature of the beast, I guess. I'll tell you, when I was doing Beowulf out there, I remember going into the Winnebago. The Winnebago was bigger than the flat I had at home. And they said, "Would you like anything, sir?" And I said, what do you mean? They said, to drink fruit. And I said, I'd have some water. Would you like it Evian? Would you like this? I said, no, just water. Just some water would be lovely. Very nice, And they said, is there anything else you'd like? I said, yeah, I'd like a map. Oh, okay, a map of LA. No, a map of the Winnebago, because I've got to find my way about. And that's something to get your head round, but I got to tell you that they are fabulous. When you're working for them, they're fabulous people, and they look after you so well. And there shouldn't be any crimes. There shouldn't be people moaning or screaming about it and getting above themselves, because you are looked after 100%.
Have you ever been a script thrower where you've lost your rag with something on set and just walked off? Does that ever happen, or is that just in the movies?
No. There's times you have your say, and you might have the ump because you got a headache or something, but no, I've never done that. And to God, I hope, if I ever do, I hope someone gives me a slap.
Yes, and you deserve it, I suppose, wouldn't you?
And to be quite honest with you, I've very rarely seen that. very rarely seen it, you know.
And tell me about meeting those around you who are way more famous than you are, and you're not doing so bad for yourself. Does that ever become normal?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like turning up and seeing I remember on Last Orders when I'd done a film with, my heroes in a way, Bob Hoskins and Tom Courtenay and David Hemmings, to name but a few, Helen Mirren and Michael Caine, And I knew I was going to do the film. I didn't know who else was in it. And then I find out that lot are doing it. And there's a moment in me that goes, oh, how fantastic. And the other bit goes, but what if they're horrible? Yes. And I don't like them anymore. That kills that illusion of people you've watched since you was a kid. And then you meet them and, they're just like you, And it's... The good people normally are, though. The good people are normally don't throw their toys out the pram. It's the ones that are not very good, that do that.
How do you stay so grounded? Because when we look at your Hackney upbringing in the East End, it's not exactly Monte Carlo, is it?
You don't forget where you're from, and all my mates that's where they're from, from the East End of London, and be the same from a kid from Leeds or wherever they're from, If you remember that and you've still got your roots there, I think that keeps you grounded. I don't think your friends would, I don't think your friends allow you to be that way. My wife certainly wouldn't. I would get a clump if I started behaving like that.
Is it still your job, Ray, to take the bins out?
No, it's not.
Brilliant. Let me make a note.
No, it ain't. It ain't my. I don't. I'm not there enough.
Is that the key to a good relationship and marriage? Then be there enough to get on, but not enough to fall out.
Yeah, and listen, when you fall out over nothing anyway, don't you? All soppy rows are over nothing, really. What I mean? Because if you have a major row about something that's important, you ain't going to be there very long, are you? If you didn't have a row, you couldn't make up, could you?
Listen, I better let you go. Ray Winstone, really lovely to talk to you, and thanks for coming on the programme.
Thank you very much.